yet again. We are oiling and cleaning our sewing machines. We have a few, so this could take a few videos. This one is called an Eterna. I have no information on this machine whatsoever. I cannot find any. I don't know who it's made by. But I put my Sherlock Holmes hat on, and by powers of deduction I came up with, I think it's part of the Jones family. If you look at the Jones picture, then this shape is exactly the same. It's got the pressure for the feed dogs in the same place, the same as the Jones. It's got the bobbin tension at the back. It's got the same wheel mechanism for winding your bobbins on. And although the Jones on the picture is oblong and this one's round, it's still got the same mechanism with that going up and down and altering the stitch length with the lever. This is called a precision built deluxe sewing machine. That's all the information I've got. It can go up and then it can go down 3, 2, 1 and then feed dogs completely down. So, and that's now on up. The only 2 feet I have with it are the one that's on and the gauge, and you know, the one that fits in and tells you, screws in and tells you what width your fabric is. That's the only feet I have, and some bobbins, metal ones. That's all I got with this. I think I got it from a charity shop. Nobody gave it me. Right, so I can't remember why I put this away, but I also have, and I'm going to cover the address up, but this machine was a trade-in, and a Mrs. Bell on the 4th of March 1993 traded her older machine in for this one, which cost her £34.95, and it had a 90-day warranty. Well, I think that's run out now. And there's the receipt to go along with that, and it was from the Sewing and Knitting Centre in Corporation Street, which even I can't remember that. So I haven't. Oh, it's Coventry. Now there is one in Coventry, and that's a Singer shop, so I wonder if that's either a separate one or it was taken over by Singer. And I think that's still there, because I've been to a shop in Coventry in the middle of town. Anyway, that's all I had. I should keep that because it gives you history of the machine. And let's get to and clean. So we take the bobbin out. I've already done that. So there's the bobbin, and then we unclip, pull them down on this one and take out the shuttle. That's the shuttle, remember it's a half moon. That's the cover, and in there is a shuttle race. What's left behind is inside, it's called the shuttle race. So we get our stiff brush, it's very dusty this one, and then we just continually knock all the dust off. Make sure you go under the feed dogs this side. Tell you what, when they built these machines, they were solid. I mean, this is metal, you know what I mean, and everything's metal. You know, if you could, I took it to people that knew what they were doing to repair them. They'd go for donkey's years. I mean, this one is probably 70 years old, same as my Jones already, and that's still going. Hopefully this one is, but I can't remember why I put it away, so we'll see. So again, take all the bits out the bottom, all the dust that falls through and any broken needle ends. Sorry about my elbow getting in the way. So you can use a hoover on this bottom bit if you wish, but I won't be as I'm making a video. Not this time. There you go. Let's get it all on the floor, out the way. I can hoover the floor. Anyway, once you've done all that, all the way over, especially the bobbin area, that's the bit that you need to concentrate on. Lay it back down and do the top. When a machine is first done, in the top here, this is most machines, is where the big gears are, especially if you've got different stitches. This is just a straight stitch machine. Then you'll have extra cogs and things in there, and then you've got a big gear change for, I assume it's all to do with changing stitches and all this. Well, they grease that in the factory, and some of the books you get, not all of them, but some of the books, they never grease your never grease, never touch the grease that's in there, because it's usually the grease is in there for life. So as long as you oil all the moving parts, you should be fine. So anyway, this is full of dust for some reason, so obviously I haven't used this for a very long time, even though it's had a cover on. So knock all the dust off, make sure there's no bits of cotton. Be very careful around your tension area, because they're like gold to find, they are, if they break. And usually when I put a sewing machine away for a long time, it's because of that, because I can't find one. So once you've knocked all the major dust off, right, I'm going to take the footer. I've already taken the old needle out, always change your needle. Can't see. Use the foot out of the way. Make sure you get in your feed dogs. We're going to wash it. Use cloth, warm soapy water. Give it to wash all over. And then dry. Some lint at the back of them. Right, so we haven't got in that side yet. I do like to do the sides as well as the buttons, because it's, you can access them easy. I don't always like to take the top off, only about once or twice a year. Again, be very careful of your tension. And then give that a good brush. For some reason it's very dusty. and then just wipe the dust away and then put it back on. You only fit on one way. Oh, I didn't check for oiling, did I? Oh, what about that bit? So, miles away. So, I didn't do underneath to go over, that's no hardship, is it? That's because I'm busy cleaning. You can see the mechanism that moves in there. And I can't actually get at it, it's back, it's there, and I can't get at it with this. So that's the top one that you have to do at the top. So let's put that back on, and we just do underneath. Make sure it's fitted straight. Yep. Up again. And we're going to look for all your moving parts. And again, don't forget to let's give this a good. That's good. This is the half moon, this is your shuttle. And you do one drop on the shuttle, just leave it there just to let it soak in. Make sure inside here what's left behind is shuttle race. Just put a drop on the very centre. There you go. And then this is the cover, which can get full of dust. And then we have to put this back next. Sometimes I have to go off camera because it doesn't go the first time and it takes a while. Right, so once you get it in, and clip it back in place so you know it's secure. Turn it so you can see that it's going round correctly. 9 times out of 10 you should only ever turn this, I don't know why, don't ask me why, forward the way it sews. You should, very rare you should go back, but I don't know why the reason that is. So anyway, that's been oiled on the bottom. It's been cleaned, all the dust is off. Let's just secure that back on. I've cleaned the outside. I've done the bobbin case. It's all been oiled and cleaned and all the dust removed and the lint. So now we thread it up to see if there's a problem. Oh, don't forget to do your tension. In fact, I will show you again how to do a tension, in case you didn't catch the other video. I'm assuming as this is a Jones, I'm going to treat it as if it's a Jones. Then the bobbin cotton, when you put it in, should go clockwise. Not all machines do, so that is actually going
clockwise, so that if it's not right, I can just get it out and turn it round. And then obviously once you've got that going the right way, then pull it through and thread it as normal, and then fit it back in. Oh, then we're going to check the tension. So the tension, the drop is, if you just nudge it slightly, it should drop a little bit. It shouldn't drop. If it drops a lot, it's too loose, it needs tightening up. If it doesn't move at all, it's too tight, then you obviously know you just got to move it back like a quarter of a turn, and it's somewhere around there. So once you've got it going the right way and you've pulled it through, then just nudge, and it is moving just a little bit, so I'm assuming that's right. And then we thread it up. So once you've threaded your machine, and I threaded this exactly how I would thread the Jones up. You've made sure I've put my stitch length on 12. I've made sure that where you release the needle from moving when you fill in your bobbin, I've made sure that's hand tight. My tension is on 3. I haven't a clue yet whether there's a problem there. That's on full, that's off, so I'm going to put it down halfway, same as my Jones. I've made sure that I've got a new needle. I've hand tightened the foot on, and I've tightened and just slightly turned my needle to make sure that's secured, and this one threads from left to right, so it's a sideways fitting needle, the same as the Jones. So there you go. Oh, it would help if I plugged it in. So I'm just going under the table, switch the light on. That's it. Light works, so that's good. Right, underneath is absolutely fine. I'm not sure how much of that you can see, but it's stitching fine. My bobbin tension is wonderful and it's lovely. But on the top, it's not bad. I want to do a wider stitch just to see. I'm not sure actually how. I can't remember how this is done that way, I think. Let's just try that. I might be backwards. Oh, that's smaller. Hang on a second then. I've got that many machines I never remember which. How to do it. The smaller the number, the wider the stitch. So I'm just going to... So I've got this on number 6, whatever that means. Needle down and turn. So I know the stitch length is working because I've jumped to a far bigger stitch. Underneath is absolutely perfect, and just get that back to a normal stitch length. I'll put it on 8. I'll have to see if I can find out what it is in modern ones, where it is on the modern ones it's 2, 3 and 4 and 5. This is 6, 8, 12 and 20, or 7, 10, 15 and 30, which means absolutely, I'll have to see what that means. It's a bit noisy, clunky, but that's perfect. So I know there's nothing wrong with my tension. That's on number 3 and should remain there. And yet again, what we do is take that off. Now I don't want to keep my cotton there, so I just snip the cotton but leave it in. Take a bit of the fabric off and just a couple of stitches. That's it. That's that. There you go, that will stay in there securely. Foot's down, needle's down. I don't know whether you are supposed to leave it like that, but that's why I like to leave mine. I still haven't found my pen, but this is a bit where you do a piece of paper, you write on the date, cleaned and oiled, and any special attention, and if you've got a funny tension or a funny lower tension or whatever, you can always make a note of it. So this one I should put top tension number 3. Not that it should move, but there you go. I know that one's absolutely fine. It's stitching wonderful, so I can pick that one up anytime. There you go. So thank you for joining me on this one, and join me again, and I think I'll go a bit more modern for the next one. Thank you. Bye bye.